Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the West Milton Council meeting for September 2020. I ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation by Pastor Harvey Bowman of the Highland Brothers in Christ Church. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we come before you tonight and we praise you for your faithfulness. Lord, there are many men and women who come tonight to do the business for the West Milton Village. Father, I pray that you would bless them. I pray that you would draw them together in unity, that they each one would be bold enough to state their feelings in love, that they may work together for the common good of the community. Lord, I just pray that your peace and even your joy would be over this meeting tonight, and help each one be bold enough to speak their feelings. Lord, I just thank you. I thank you that you bless us, that you have promised to walk with us. And I pray, Lord, that you would be here tonight as we contend with the things that need to be taken care of for this village. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Miller,
Here.
Land,
Here.
Kopp, here, Hurst,
Here.
Horn,
Here.
Tracy,
Here.
and Dukes.
Here.
Council should receive the minutes for the council meeting on August the 11th, 2020, and workshop on the August the 25th of 2020. Is there any discussion about the minutes? Are there any motions?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we accept both the meeting and workshop minutes for the month of August as written.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Kopp, yes, Hurst,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Dukes,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Manager Klein, is there correspondence this evening for council?
Actually, there's just one. I made a copy for everyone just to see it. It's, we get it every year. It's from the Office of the Miami County Budget Commission. They set the millage limitations for each of the political subdivisions within our county. We've always been a 3.4 in a general fund, and we have a street levy, which is a 3 mil levy. The commission does make that recommendation to you, shows you what the projected revenues would be for 2021, but not to confuse you, but it's for fiscal year 2020. They go from a half-year calendar. We're always in the rear. But it does require a voice vote of acceptance by the council.
Great, thank you. Is there any discussion or questions about the commission's report? Any motions?
Mayor, I move that the rates of taxes determined by the Miami County Budget Commission for the year 2020 be accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm sorry, is that the one for a second? Oh, sorry. Thank you. I do need original signatures. I'll grab them from you after the meeting.
No problem. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to open the floor for any comments from citizens regarding tonight's legislation. Seeing none. Our first piece of legislation tonight is CM-20-25, a resolution to lease or purchase equipment. Ms. Brush.
It's a resolution authorizing the lease purchase of equipment for the West Milton Public Works Division. Whereas the municipality desires to consider expanding its Public Works Division to include garbage refuse services. And whereas the administration has reviewed and determined that the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program offers the most advantageous option for the desired equipment through the best equipment company Indianapolis, Indiana. And whereas the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program follows the West Milton Codified Ordinance 33.18 purchasing. And whereas the lead time for said equipment can be up to 5 months. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio that Section 1, the municipal manager is hereby authorized and directed to order through a lease purchase agreement the following: a Labrie helping hand on a Freightliner chassis, a Peterson route assist on a Freightliner chassis, along with 2,000 Totter carts in the amount of $551,000, and execute the appropriate documents and agreements necessary from Best Equipment Company of Indianapolis, Indiana. Section 2, this resolution will take effect immediately upon passage.
Thank you, Ms. Manager.
Well, as we tried to do in all of our whereases, tried to explain what's going on. This is not the financing piece of it, it's actually just to get in line. It's probably now at least 5 months or longer before we know that we'll get the Labrie. They're pretty confident that they'll be able to provide the Peterson. The Peterson would be the bulk rate truck. The Labrie would be the regular garbage truck with the extended arm. The totes are the totes. Ours will be red with black lids, and embossed on the side will be our logo. But to be able to place that, we need to place the order. We don't need to pay any money up front. We just need to place the order. So that's all you're authorizing is for us to go ahead and place the order. If you guys cancel the order in 2 months' time and you don't want to do garbage, then we cancel the order. So it's just a place.
We're not out anything if we cancel it.
If we have to cancel, we cancel.
Matt, when is our waste management contract up?
The waste management contract ends December 31st of this year. So we do have the authority on that contract to go on a month-to-month basis. Should we not
Okay.
be ready to go in January?
Okay.
That was written in 5 years ago,
Okay.
just in case. So, yeah, we could do that, should we wish.
Okay. That'll do.
Any other discussion by council this evening for this? Are there any motions?
Make a motion to approve resolution CM-20-25.
Second. Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Dews,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Second is CM-20-26, resolution to purchase water main installation. Ms. Brush.
It's a resolution authorizing the municipal manager to purchase 12-inch water line installation for the 571 bridge water line. Whereas the water main located at the 571 bridge has deteriorated and has exposed the line to the elements. And whereas the administration has reviewed and determined that the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program offers the most advantageous option for the installation through Core and Main of Tip City, Ohio. And whereas the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program follows the West Milton Codified Ordinance 33.18 purchasing. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio that Section 1, the municipal manager is hereby authorized and directed to purchase approximately 420 feet of 2-inch thick stainless steel encased insulation for the water main on the State Route 571 bridge from Core and Main of Tip City, Ohio, in the amount of $23,900. Section 2, this resolution will take effect immediately upon passage.
Thank you, Ms. Brush. Manager Clark.
So this water main on the bridge has been a big project. We first should acknowledge the fact that when they did build the bridge, they were wise enough to put the water main on the bridge. But it's deteriorated over the years for non-use. The inside is now, Ben gave you a great tutorial on the inside, and it's full of water now and perfect. But the outside there's very little insulation remaining. A lot of the insulation has become brittle, weather beaten, and it just starts falling off. It floats down the river somewhere, and or along the banks. So it needs to be insulated. You don't want a 12-inch water main freezing underneath that bridge when you only have half a dozen homes that are depending on that water. So we were struggling. I'm not trying to put any words in Ben's mouth, but Ben was doing all the research and struggling. But then someone recommended, hey, Core & Main sells that product. Core & Main has that product, and it's local, obviously, Tip City. And Ben's recommendation, which I think is actually just very smart, is that instead of bidding out the entire project, which would include the product, and we don't know of anybody who's ever given us a contract that they didn't mark up the product, we could just purchase the product ourselves. And then we are currently writing, in fact, we just had a meeting this morning with our engineers to write up the bid specs for the install. So we know that we can save ourselves, even if they only marked it up 10%, we can save ourselves $2,500. So it's local, they have it. We'll put the bid out and we'll be coming back to you for the actual install. The install is going to be, it's a special service. Our guys are talented, but we don't have the equipment or the know-how on installing that. We're assuming that they'll be taking a lift of some sort and actually going underneath the bridge from on top and doing that work, but that's our assumption. And I'm scared of heights, I'm not doing it.
Manager Klein, are you guys still confident that this is going to be able to be installed before the winter?
Yes, actually we are. Not to put any words in Ben. No, go ahead.
Wow, you're doing well.
Ben's talked to at least one company who's interested and wants to bid on it.
Okay.
And I know that problem is, it looks like it's going to be over, we're assuming it's going to be over 25,000. At least that's what they had indicated. And because it's over 25,000, we can't do informal bids. We have to actually advertise and bid it out properly. They may be the only ones who bid on it, we have no idea, but we have to go through the legal advertising because it's projected to be over 25 grand to do the job.
Okay. Very good.
Well, did we get any pricing to do the whole project, including providing the installation?
Not one company did all, no.
I'm just thinking, if I'm a company that does that, part of my profit is selling product, and so if you bring your own product, then my labor just went up.
We had, the one company that wants to do it is actually a construction company, and they don't deal in it. I looked the other two companies up on the website that two distributors gave me, and I didn't see anywhere where they actually provided the material, especially on one. The other one may, just in quick talks with them, they said they may be able to get it. So I just took that as, it's probably gonna be more expensive that way. If they would have said, yeah, we provided a huge discount, that kind of thing, but I could tell they were not, they didn't, what I mean, so.
It's a good question.
Any other discussion for council? Any motions?
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution CM-20-26 as written.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Cott,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Last up tonight is CM-20-27, resolution for OPWC grant. Ms. Brush.
A resolution authorizing the municipal manager to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or Local Transportation Improvement Program, and to execute contracts as required. Whereas the State Capital Improvement Program and the Local Transportation Improvement Program both provide financial assistance to political subdivisions for capital improvements to public infrastructure. And whereas the municipality of West Milton has identified and is planning to make capital improvements for a 12-inch water main replacement. And whereas the infrastructure improvement herein above described is considered to be a priority need for the community and is a qualified project under the OPWC programs. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, Municipal manager is hereby authorized to apply to the OPWC for funds as described above. Section 2, the municipal manager is authorized to enter into any agreements as may be necessary and appropriate for obtaining this financial assistance. Section 3, this resolution will take effect immediately upon passage.
Thank you, Ms. Brush. Manager Klein?
First off, the council, my apologies for not including this in the Friday packet. I knew that the application was in September, and last week was August, and I had it in my mind that, well, it wasn't, but I had it in my mind, I had another month. So that, my apologies for not including it. It's an annual resolution that we've done before. OPWC is a Ohio Public Works Commission. We as a state put out bonds every year, and OPWC is the governing body of the state that administers those funds for infrastructure projects. It's a competitive grant. We are in District 7. Miami County is included in with another 6 or 7 other counties. And I happen to serve on the executive committee of that, of the district itself. But it's a competitive grant. Everything is based on points. I'll be very upfront right now. This is probably the most important project that we really need to do. And give me a second and I'll explain why. But it's probably the most important project we need to do for the strengthening of our water system to all of our residents. But it's only pointing in at around 61 points or 63 points. It's been my experience that if you can get it to 70, you have a really good shot at getting it funded. Although last year, a couple of our small villages within our district did get funded through the state, and they were only around 61 or 62 points. So we have an opportunity maybe to do it, but I'm not holding my breath, but it is important. Let me explain the project. We've already talked about the water to the bridge. You might recall that we had a water system study done 2 years now. And that recommendation included a number of things, one of them being the pump station that we did get fully funded by a grant or a loan from OPWC. And you've already approved the purchase of the actual pump itself. We're bidding out the construction of that here this month. But the study also showed was our main downtown, or our village, is being served from our north tower by a 6-inch water line. And that 6-inch water line goes to downtown, and we'll say roughly McDonald's. And from there, McDonald's through the downtown, when they redid the downtown, they made that a 12-inch water line. Well, 6 to a 12 lowers you start to cause pressure problems. If you go from a 12 to a 6, you're gonna have tremendous pressure, but if you go from a 6 to a 12, you get pressure problems. And if Mr. Fogel was here, he would tell you that, they have pressure problems out by Stone Meadows, and that's why we have that pump station out there, was to try to rectify what's being done downtown. So once we start that pump station to go across the bridge, and Tim had been experimenting on it, on how to fluctuate those pressures to make sure that everybody is okay. The simple fact of the matter is we need a 12-inch feeding the 12-inch. So we need a bigger line to replace the 6. And it would be going right down North Miami and connect to the downtown. It's not just to serve, by any means, it's not to serve the subdivision, the new one. It's really going to help those to the west of us and the rest of the town, actually. It was their recommendation that we do that. OPWC is the natural funding source for that. I'm not guaranteeing we're going to get that, but it's a estimated $1 million project, and the deadline is here in September. And again, I apologize for not including it in the resolution. I was thinking it was August, and they still had a month to do the resolution.
Very good. Any questions or discussion by council? Any motions?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution CM 20-27 as written.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Land,
Yes.
Cobb,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. Moving on to the municipal managers report.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Yes, this evening, welcome. I only have a couple items for this evening, Mayor, if that's okay. Just to let you know that there will be a pre-construction meeting for the Ludlow Falls Sewer Project is scheduled for this Friday at 2 o'clock. After that pre-con meeting, I'll have better information for you when it comes to a schedule of events of how it's going to go. I'll include that in my memo for the end of the week. The only other thing is, we've talked about, there's no decisions, but it's something I want to plant the seed in your mind to think about. And that is, we've placed the order for the garbage trucks. But one of the things that we've always been talking about is we or Ben's Manor, the village, not including recycling. It would only be for garbage or, yard waste and trash, refuse. One of the things that you'd want to consider is, do we want to offer recycling to our residents? Fact of the matter is, it's probably politically appropriate to offer recycling, but truth of the matter is, there's not much except for maybe a little bit of corrugated cardboard and some aluminum. There's just no market out there for right now. We do know that the only recycler collector in Ohio is Rumpke. I did ask the law director, since we already know that as a fact, can we just contract with Rumpke directly? We can't. That is a service that would have to go out to bid. So we'll put together the bid specs and to do that. But is that something that you're going to want to do? It's going to be, I'm guessing, obviously, $4, $4.50 a month that the residents are going to have to pay. I do know, in speaking with Rumpke directly, that they've never done a community where you negotiate number of customers, meaning their rates are based on the assumption of 100% of the customers are going to participate. So that means 100% of the customers would have to pay that $4 or $5 a month. So, and the only reason I bring up that it's $4 or $4.50 is because that's what their current contract is with Union Township and Troy. So I'm just assuming that's what they would be here. It's going to roughly be that, probably. So I don't need an answer tonight. I'd just like to plant the seed in your mind. I'll have the bid specs ready by the workshop and see what you want to do.
Very good.
A possibility that they would have a central collection station, so I could go down the road and drop it in a dumpster or whatever.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if that's possible.
Yeah,
It's
that's
an
So we
option.
pay, just throw a number out, we pay $1,000 a month for them to come pick up this trailer and bring another one, or to dump it and bring it back, whatever.
That's a great idea. These are things I'd like to discuss in a workshop, but I wanted to plant that seed in your mind, just knowing that there's really not a market out there. But the political correctness of recycling is also something that you have to weigh as. It's not that I'm anti-earth or anything, by any means. And that's all I have for this evening.
Very good, thank you. At this time, is there any old business with council? Any new business?
New
Sarah?
business,
Yes.
okay, Max planting seeds, I'm gonna plant a seed. For next workshop, I would like to discuss, maybe just some possible language of empty store frontage downtown, and just kind of, I don't know, talking about how we can just, help improve that, because we have a lot of empty store frontage downtown, and it just doesn't do anything for our downtown. So just trying to promote community pride more than anything. And then with that said, I am trying to set up a field trip for all of us. So I'll be sending out an email to you guys. Last year I talked about Small Nation. Do you guys remember me talking about them? They're located in Bell Fountain. They're a group that helps small towns become a place, of interest of, with restaurants and shops, and they just kind of revitalize. So they're going to be inviting us to Bell Fountain to give us a personal tour and to kind of explain to us like how they made their town become what it is now. So I'm hoping that some of us could go. I think it'll be really interesting, and I'm excited to see what they have to offer and share with us. So planting the seed.
Very good.
That, if you could let us know, or let me know, at least technically 24 hours, but maybe 48 hours ahead.
Okay.
Because it'd be fine, but I have to let Matt know that there might be 4 members of council or board going to Bell Fountain, not a meeting, just to be, just for
Okay.
anything. Just to make sure that Sunshine Law is being observed. But everything, that'd be great.
Okay.
Very cool. Sounds good.
We can eat out too while we're out. That was it.
All right. Any other new items? I have 2. The first one is, I'd just kind of like to remind everybody, at our last council meeting, we had the representative for the Miami Valley Young Marines stop by, and they are putting on a Drill Heroes knockout drill for a cause. This will be the 12th of September down in the park at 11 to 2 p.m. And they have a special guest judge coming. That is Wilson Lee. He is the Young Marines Deputy National Director. So all the proceeds for this event will be benefiting the West Milton Veteran Memorial down in the park. So anybody that is a former veteran or knows of a former veteran, get the word out and join everybody down there. It sounds like it's a good thing. So I would encourage everybody to go if they can. So if you know drill, so which I don't. So. The last thing I would like to share tonight is we were just notified of some sad news. Mr. Bill Netzley has passed away. He was a notable member of our community, and he was a longtime member of our planning board. So on behalf of the council, I would just kind of like to express our sympathies. So that's all I have this evening.
Mr. Mayor, I move that council adjourn into an executive session to discuss the purchase or sale of property for public purpose as permitted by section 4.12B5 of the West Milton Charter.
Is there
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You guys are more than welcome to,
No action going to be taken after.
yeah, anybody that's welcome to stay if you want, but there will be no action taken after this. So, thank you.